Welcome back to 2DG. We got another beer review
Special
on
one.
this edition of Trash Talk. All right, we're adding what? The King?
The king of beers, at least in America.
In name. But,
Yeah.
Bud Light being number one. But anyway, this is not light.
No, this is heavy.
This is good old-fashioned.
This is the world-renowned Budweiser lager beer. Brewed by our original process from the choicest hops, what a joke, rice, and best barley malts.
Yay, rice.
Yeah, that's what I like.
So anyway, we're going to bust right into this, right?
Yes.
All right. And you had to get the big one.
Of course. Well, Anheuser-Busch InBev.
Word. Now, if you didn't see our previous video, I did tour, and I said it was pretty decent coming out of the right fresh.
We called him a liar. We laughed at him. Now we get to see.
See if it tastes the same.
Now, normally I wouldn't do this, but I am going to tilt this just so the head isn't all the way like that. But, yep, looking like you would expect. Let me get a little down the middle.
Well, you know, it just amazes me that this isn't a light beer, but color-wise, it's pretty close. It's so clear, though. Wow. All right. So, crystal clear.
Lots of carbonation.
Lots.
The head was real pop, fizzy, kind of like Coke, Pepsi.
Yeah, tiny bubbles that just pop and dissipate quickly.
Yeah, real pale, lighter than straw color. I thought this would be a little darker, and I've had lots of Budweiser.
I know, it's just... It is bizarre. I don't know if it's lighting in restaurants and bars. Maybe that's why it's dark in bars.
Let's smell.
Alright.
Is it everything you remember?
No, it's not, actually. The tank had a lot more of that bubblegum yeast smell.
So you get a look, the faintest of faint ester coming off of there. But basically, kind of just like that generic metallic-y sweetness. I'm not getting
grainy.
really...
A little bit grainy.
I'm not getting any grain, personally.
Really? Dig deep, son.
There's not a lot of deep in this. Yeah. Okay. That's
yeah, there's not much to describe. I do taste more of that bubblegummy, yeasty flavor.
I taste malt at least a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little crackery, biscuity at the end too.
Right up at the front, you get a little bite because it's so carbonated. I will say this is cold. I mean, it's really cold, but that's how you're supposed to drink this crap. So, through the middle or front mid to the back, there's really not a lot. Little generic sweetness, a tiny bit of the ester flavor from the yeast, a little at the back. It just falls off, but when it does, it leaves that nice crackery, malty flavor. I'd say nice, but
a bit of a metallic here and there too. I mean,
the aftertaste is very metallic in my opinion. The body is doesn't have one.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and just jump to it before I'm out.
You got to stay hydrated. So, brought it up on Rate Beer. They're going to classify it as a pale lager, which is, your typical adjunct lager. Style, they gave it a 3, and overall they gave it a 0.
Wow. Harsh.
I was going to say harsh before we opened it and drank it, but what are you going to do for American adjunct / pale lager?
For the style, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 3.5. I feel that's a fair representation. I have drank a lot of Budweiser in my younger years, and it's just always been my go-to, so I do have a little preference for it. So, go ahead.
I struggle with this aspect of our style ratings because, like, style-wise, they nail it. Because I mean, it is what it is. It's a pale lager.
It's kind of is the style.
Yeah, it's supposed to suck a little bit.
Definitely does that.
Yeah, and I know on the previous trash talks, I've kind of gone real low on the style. I've kind of been arguing with myself about that. So style-wise, I'll give this one probably 9. Like, it is what it is. It's what American beer was built on. Was this and like PBR.
That's not exactly true because a lot of the stuff's changed. I guess Bud probably didn't, but a lot of them changed in the 60s when the American tastes started changing and they became actually worse beers, sissier.
Yeah.
They did. I mean,
yeah. I mean, it is what it's supposed to be. So they nailed it. They do it all the time. You saw in his video. The facility in just St. Louis alone is just massive. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, they had what? What did I say? It was like the one room had 65 of the 30,000 gallon fermenters or something like that. It's just unreal, the quantity and the consistency that they do. I mean, if nothing else, you give them props for that.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
Overall.
Overall, I'm going to stick with a 3.5. This is, like I said, it's my go-to when there's, I mean, if I'm at a bar, and you know, your typical dive bar, generally...
Dive bars have good beer.
Okay. If I'm at your non-hipster bar, if I'm at your standard local country bar, this is probably going to be what I pick out of the...
You're putting this above the Banquet.
Well, usually I don't see Banquet. I'll see Coors Light.
But, I mean, you gave this a 3.5.
No,
you gave
actually...
the Banquet only a 3.
Yeah, well, I said it's got some nostalgic... the Banquet I do think has a better flavor, more full flavor. But this is... I mean, I grew up with this, so... I'm going to stick with my numbers.
I admittedly, while I did get a much faster start on good stuff than he did, everybody drinks some crap. I started out drinking crap for the most part. Bud Light, I know, disappointing. And then you throw in some of the worst ones like Bush Light.
Yeah, don't bash those. We haven't rated them.
It's not going to be a surprise. Yeah, so style 3, I'll put it on par with Banquet. I'd still probably pick Banquet over this. 5% ABV, so it is sessionable. You can, and a lot of people do slam these all day. This is your stereotypical 4th of July beer.
Yeah.
Everybody brings Budweiser.
Or sporting event, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it is unique, though, because when I go into the liquor store and I see you guys walking out with cheap beer, I rarely see them with Bud. There's usually a Dirty 30 or something, you know.
Keystone.
Yeah, I mean, it's usually... It's surprising that Bud sells what it sells, because it's kind of like Coca-Cola, you know? It's everywhere, so you don't really have a choice a lot of times. So you take it. It doesn't mean it's your first pick.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of like... I mean... We're revolting now, but this was like America in a glass, basically. I mean, like you said, you don't really see too many people getting just regular Bud. A lot of the times it's, you know, Bud Light or anything like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, this
is what it is.
Yeah.
Hey, but like I said, I don't want to diss it too bad. Like I said, fresh out of the tank, it's a lot better beer. It's amazing what it apparently loses in the canning process, the whole cold storage process. But fresh out of the tank, pretty good if you are near St. Louis or plan to go through. Take a stop, take the free tour. You still get 2 free beers. So
they're all gonna taste the same, but
well, you can option out one of your token for your free beer by getting one of their craft style beers.
Shock Top, which we will be doing it.
What did I have? I thought I had a Goose Island or something like that. No, it wouldn't have been Goose. What was that? I don't remember.
I thought it was.
It actually may have been. So you do have a few options. Michelob was put out as back in the 1890s as their step up beer. So you had Bud, and Michelob was sold for beer drinkers with taste. So I really want to taste a Michelob. I don't know if I've ever had one of those. So
I don't think I've ever had just an original Michelob. I don't remember.
I don't even know if you can get just an original.
I don't know that I've ever seen it.
It's always Ultra or something,
Yeah, and then I kind of want to start a new series too, where we just start doing like American classics, like hams or straws or anything like that. So yeah, stick around and look for that. Hopefully in the not too distant future to kind of start that.
I like it. So hey, be sure to check back, and while you're waiting for that, you don't want to miss it, so hit the rate, hit the comment, hit the subscribe, and that way you'll be notified. And if that's not good enough for you, subscribe to our Twitter. It's down below in the description. Subscribe to that, and you'll get alerted every time we post a new video.
Hurry.
And you can follow us on Dark Lord Day as we're tweeting out pictures.
They may not be good pictures.
But you'll get the behind the scenes, the unedited.
The making of.
Because the video will be edited. So,
dude,
yeah, we'll see you later.